Tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
So Miss has given us two.
For the Hadley family, there's a constant wait for the phone to ring. 14-year-old Anna has been on the heart transplant list for more than a year, and the hospital could call at any time. But her condition means the family is prepared after discussing organ donation.
My registration card dropped out of my wallet, and she wanted to know what it was. My wife had never really thought about it, about becoming a donor at that point, and her initial reaction was one that she wasn't quite sure. And so we as a family spent time convincing that that's what I wanted, and this is what she would need to do in the case that I would potentially pass away. And now my wife is a donor, registered donor. She sees the benefits and the reasons for it, and obviously in the long run it's come full circle.
I think it's extremely important for the families to have this chat, because it makes kids more aware of what's going on in other places, and the fact that if something were to happen to them, that they could help.
From next spring, a new system of organ donation will be introduced in England, meaning adults will automatically be donors unless they opt out. It's already in place in Wales and will also be introduced in Scotland next year. But this only applies to adults, not children. Over the last 5 years, 42 children waiting for a heart transplant have died. Over a 5-year period, there was an average waiting time of up to 103 days for children needing an urgent heart transplant. For an adult, it's only a third of that. Around 2,500 organs, each representing an opportunity for transplant, were missed in the last year because families said no to donating their relatives' organs. Those running England's organ donation system say, however difficult, it's important parents involve their children in conversations about organ donation.
There are many children waiting for transplants, and 1 in 4 of them are waiting for hearts. And hearts, you know, sadly, because of the lack of donors, actually the children tend to get much sicker and much more likely to die on that list.
Although children can join the organ donor register, they must have their parents' consent for a donation to take place. The NHS says talking to children about the issue could be a life-saving conversation. Dan Whitehead, Sky News in Worcester.